freedom. Let's just find out, live on the Radio 1 Roadshow from Seaton Carew with Adrian John here. Let's find out what people now think of the ratings as far as bands go, who likes who, because, of course, the public mood changes from time to time. Is anyone still very enthusiastic towards Wham as a group, even though they split? Yeah? You still got and you still like George Michael? He's still okay with you? Has anyone got into Aha? Is it? Aha. Dire Straits used to be thought of an older person's group. They're getting more popularity now with the younger ones as well. Who's Dire Straits fans? It seems there's a right mixture of musical tastes here. One thing that I must just say that happened to us in the build-up, in the big warm-up that we started at 10 o'clock to the Radio 1 Roadshow, which was a rather longer one than usual today. We had the opportunity to meet a local group, and it's one of those situations which really took Roger Pusey, my producer, and myself quite by surprise because, of course, in the early days of making records, it's very difficult to get the sort of sound that impresses a record company and to get your product onto the airwaves. But this record that we heard by this local band, who are with us today, really knocked Roger and I out. The guy has a great voice, the lead singer. The whole image and the whole composition of the song, I reckon, is hit material. So we thought it was only right to let the rest of the country hear it as well. We could have the makings of a star here, even though he's already big in this area. Let's bring on Julian from Fluke. Julian Trundle, isn't it? Trundler.
Yeah.
Julian is, as you can hear by the whistles and the applause, I think the girls would say he was quite a good-looking guy, wouldn't you? I think so. I think there's a lot of mega stars and film stars who better watch out with this guy, right? Right. The name of the band is Fluke, as we've heard. How long have you been together?
Been together about 15 months now. Been gigging around the area. We've had the record out about 2 months now.
Yeah, now how many copies of the record did you have pressed initially?
We initially only had 1,000 pressed, and we're about 2/3 of the way through them already.
And it's really hard work and costs money, doesn't it? Even just the packaging is a very expensive business, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it is quite expensive just for the 1,000. It was almost, well, roughly £1,000 just to get them printed.
Radio 1 listeners are very discerning, and they know that if we do something like this, we've got good cause to do it. We hope this helps you on your way.
I hope those record companies in London, in fact all over the country, are listening now, because we want you to sing that record, don't we? Yeah?
Would you do that for us?
Be my pleasure.
Okay, it's called Take Me Dancing, and here is Fluke and Julian Trundler.
Honestly, Julian, well done. You love him, don't you? You love him. And that is a great, catchy record. I can't speak for everyone on Radio 1 because it's a democratic situation. And people love records, they'll play them, producers and disc jockeys. But speaking for myself, I reckon that deserves to be heard, don't you? It's a good record. Julian, wish you the best of luck and the band. All right. What's the name of the band again?
The name of the band is Fluke.
Fluke. Do not forget Fluke. It is no fluke. They're going to go places. Give them a cheer. Right. The other special guest I was telling you about coming on a little bit late, about 5 minutes' time. Let's hear a record. Another record. This one from Midua. It's Midua. There's a person who is known locally. He has enormous fame around the area. He is also known on Radio 1, and as I'm speaking, a police escort is bringing this person, this special guest, onto the Radio 1 stage. If you listen carefully, you can hear the police car in the distance. You can hear it. Yeah, here it comes. Here comes police car. And here is Marc Page. My fellow Radio 1 disc jockey, companion Marc Page. Great to see you here, Marc. Thanks for coming along today.
Thank you, Adrian. Nice to see so many people in sunny Seaton Carew. Listen, can I just embarrass you a second, Adrian?
You're not going to take your clothes off again?
No, not again. Nobody else knows this.
Yes.
Well, one or two of us do, but I think I better tell you. Today
Oh, I know it.
is Adrian's birthday.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Oh, how dreadfully embarrassing.
So I think what we should do is sing him a nice, rousing chorus, yes, of a happy birthday.
Okay,
all right, here we go, after three.
Okay,
1, 2, 3. Happy birthday. Come on.
Oh, shucks. I have to admit, it isn't the first one I had. I actually had one last year, but thanks anyway.
So it's your 17th, is it?
It is, actually, yes. A lot of people don't think that. I mean, because to look at me, you would think I was sort of much, much younger, but I still actually am, I have to admit, 26, which is obviously pushing it a bit. It is
pushing it a bit, really, isn't it?
Yeah. Mark,
yes.
You know, it's interesting because you work at Radio 1, obviously, which is based in London, and you get on very well there. You go around gigging around the country, but you still choose to come home every time, and I think I know why now.
Yeah.
Because it's that sort of an area, isn't it?
It is. I mean, the people in the northeast, ask anybody, are the warmest in the country. Isn't that right? We're really warm because we all wear vests. We do.
I've certainly found out that for myself. I've checked, and a lot of them do wear vests, but they're great people. Mark, what have you got coming up here in the near future? Because I know you have a lot of sports interests as well, apart from pop and all the other stuff.
Well, I'm hoping for the new season, if Middlesbrough Football Club are still going. But if I'm lucky, I might squeeze in a Hartlepool United game as well.
Look, he's our very own Maradona, isn't he, really? I mean, if you've seen this guy in action with
Maradona or Madonna?
Madonna.
Thanks very much.
Mary Madonna. Hey, everyone, let's hear it for Marc Page.
Thank you.
Tell you what, for those of you who have taken the time and trouble to come to the Radio 1 Roadshow, I can tell you that Mark will join me afterwards at the Goodie Mobile. We'll be signing autographs over there. All right, both of us. So you can meet us and shake us by the hand.
Joined up writing as well.
Would you like a bit of this cake?
Yeah, I wouldn't mind, actually.
I don't like the marzipan. That's the problem.
Your careless
mix, and when tomorrow comes, I will now ask our massive gathering at Seaton Carew to hold their posters high in the air, proudly. And let's have a look at all these great messages, which are so colourful, and so much work have been put into. Thornhill School. Hello to Thornhill School. We've got Earl's House Hospital. Hello to all the staff and all the residents of Earl's House Hospital. We say hi to Mark and to Sandy, love to Kath and Aston, and hi to Judith and Haps and Durham. That's it. Hi to all at Bradbury's. Love from Louise and for Jackie. Hi, Adrian. We're back again. Say hi to the rest of Useley Road Mob who had to go to school from Stephen Cousins and Andrew Stevenson. Happy birthday, Adrian. Lots of love to you. Number one fan. That's a lady by the name of Kerry. We've got Mel Picky Jimmy from Esh. And we have got one of the banks says that's happy birthday to me again. I won't mention it again because we all know. I can't quite read the names at the bottom, actually. Anyway, thanks very much indeed. Well appreciated. Well, tomorrow, the Radio 1 Roadshow will be coming from Scarborough. I will be at Scarborough at the Radio 1 Roadshow, and Smiley and all the crew. That'll be on the Scalby Mills lawn. Scalby Mills in Scarborough tomorrow. And on Friday, we'll be at Cleethorpes on the Boating Lake Paddock. But Seaton Carew, as you've probably all discovered, have great vocal cords. They know how to sing, and there's one great way to say goodbye to Seaton Carew, and none other than with Nellie the Elephant.
Nellie the Elephant got her trunk and said goodbye to the circus. Off she went with a trumpety trump, 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 trump. Nellie the Elephant got her trunk and trundled into the jungle. Off she went with a trumpety trump, trump.
Goodbye, Seaton Carew!
Frank Partridge in London. Today, as the Commonwealth Games row continues, we look at the growing tension between Mrs Thatcher and the Queen over South Africa. The Belfast housing estate that critics say is a custom-built battlefield. And we meet the new John McEnroe, who's worried about becoming too nice. In Edinburgh, Commonwealth Games officials are facing the prospect of yet more boycotts after Malaysia's decision to keep its 11-strong team at home. Malaysia is the 6th nation to boycott the Games. There's a strong possibility that India and some more black African nations will join them. And now there are rumours of a partial Caribbean boycott as well. Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago are said to be putting their teams on standby while they consider a withdrawal. As the row between the 49 Commonwealth members grows, it seems the Queen is becoming increasingly anxious about the turn of events, and it's reported that her relations with Mrs Thatcher are now decidedly frosty.
Buckingham Palace kept silent this morning on press reports that the Queen has delayed her holiday at Balmoral so that she can see the 6 Commonwealth heads who will be in London for crisis talks next month. It said they'll be dining at the Palace on August the 3rd, when the Queen can make her feelings known about sanctions, boycotts and the Commonwealth. It's also claimed that Mrs Thatcher got a bumpy ride when she went for her weekly audience last